adjacent to him, they get a free shot.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, well I would
That's
I'm still gonna try and use my memory hole on him because he's the only one right now currently attacking me, and I'm willing to risk the opportune attack.
All right, then.
So it's
as you take a moment to
1d6
ready
plus
yourself
5.
to use a spell, you are gonna stop struggling against his bite, so he's gonna take the opportunity to try to sink his teeth in deeper into your leg.
Okay.
Looks like it hits for an extra 5 points of damage.
Oh, damn it.
-2.
That hurts.
That's right, -2, so it's only 3. That's not so bad. Man up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was only 3. So, for the lose healing surge, I do not check that box.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Perfect. And now you may continue with your attack.
Oh my god. It's horrible.
That's versus what? Will, probably? Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, don't you have to roll a 1d20 plus 5? Rather than a 1d6?
No.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you're
it
just...
says, for memory hole, it says 1d6 plus 5.
That's your damage.
Or it
That's
says
your
this-
damage at play.
Oh, that's my damage. Okay.
Yeah. If you look at the top of the card, you see the bit where it says plus 5 versus will? So you're going to be rolling a 20-sided die plus 5. So a d20
Okay.
plus 5. Now that's much better.
Oh.
Much better.
And we're going to use your 11
Nice.
because I'm generous like that. And we're going to keep your damage since you did roll so extremely well in your damage. You're going to do 11 points of
Wait, that's
mental
a-
damage.
That's the max roll, isn't it?
Yep.
Mental damage
Wow.
is a psychic.
Yeah. Psychic damage applied to the wolf. You just like stare him down and his brain starts to melt.
I showed him a picture of Quill, and he was like, "Whoa!"
Hey now. And you become invisible to the target until the start of the next turn. That's interesting. That's going to be very confusing because he still has you in his mouth. So the wolf's still pretty kind of sure you're there. He just isn't 100%.
No, he doesn't.
Well, the wolf knows he has something in his mouth. He doesn't remember you specifically, but he's got something in his mouth.
It will
He's
try
conf-
just to make sure as we have something in
We're gonna. The wolf is definitely gonna. Yeah, this is definitely gonna have an effect next turn. Don't worry about it. It's yeah.
Oh, that's. I didn't think about that. I thought he would like let go if I turned invisible.
Well, you'll see. You'll just have to wait until it's his next action. Do you have anything you want to do as your minor?
As my minor?
Yeah. For example, I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about encounter powers, which my plan is to talk about this at the beginning of next round anyway, but now's the perfect time. For example, you have an encounter power called Distract, which is a minor action. Now, everyone here should have encounter powers. These are usable once per encounter, once per fight, and they're generally other abilities. So, usually, unless they require like specific positioning or something like that, usually you want to burn your encounter powers as early as possible. You want to use them, get lots of damage down with them, and then be done with them, and then fall back on your at-wills.
Oh, can I use Iron Mind as a personal so it's not arranged, so I don't take an opportune hit, but that also raises my defense to +2?
Yes, you can, but if you look at it, it has a trigger. You use Iron Mind.
Oh, it says trigger. Yeah, you're hit by
Exactly.
an
So the
attack.
idea is save this until you get hit by something that just barely hits you. Like if your AC is 15, let's say the wolf had rolled a 16, which would have hit you. Well, then you hit your Iron Mind, you trigger it on, and it'll kick in before the hit actually lands, and it would let you dodge that hit.
Right. Okay, I might want to save that, or I could use Distract. I'm actually going to use Distract on the Grey Wolf at the one that's currently bloodied, so we can maybe finish
Grey Wolf
him
number
off.
2. If you mouse over him, it'll have his number on there.
Grey Wolf number 2. Yep.
Okay,
yes.
so the next person to attack Grey Wolf number 2 will have combat advantage, so that they'll get a +2 to their roll. Excellent stuff. So we're now entering round 2 of combat, and yes, I will remind everyone that they do have their encounter powers. Also, there's 2 more things. You also all have daily powers. These are only usable once per day, and so if it's going to be at the start of a kind of a long slog through numerous fights, you don't want to necessarily all use your dailies. But you may want to spread them out, especially if it's a tougher fight. You might, maybe one person will use a daily this fight, and then someone else will use it the next fight, or something like that. You obviously want to be a little bit more intelligent about when to use the dailies. You also have something called an action point. You all have one. Every time you rest, basically at the start of every new day, you start with exactly one action point. And you get another action point every second fight. You can only use one per fight. I don't think I'm explaining this the right way around. Whenever you want, you can spend an action point to just get an extra action. So you can get a second standard action, or a second move action, or even a second minor action if that's what you really want in a specific combat round. So you could use it to attack twice. And because you get another one every other fight, it's usually a good idea to use one every other fight or so.
I have a quick question. I have another encounter. It's Send Thoughts. It's a free action. Does that mean even though I've already used a previous encounter, I can still use
Absolutely.
this? Okay, but...
You can even take free actions on someone else's turn.
Okay, am I still able to communicate in, the wolf's language? Or, I'm communicating directly to their thoughts, so... Is it something they can comprehend? Yeah, is it something they can comprehend?
Well, it specifically says on the card that the creature has to share a language with you, so presumably you converse in a language.
Oh, okay. I don't know that, though, personally.
You don't know Wolfish?
Like, I didn't choose that as one of my languages.
Yeah, no. You probably don't know Wolfish.
No. I don't know Wolfish.
Everyone should know Wolfish,
Yeah,
doesn't
You don't.
I don't.
Man, that's weird.
Alright, Grey Wolf number 2 is going to act now, and he's pretty beat up, but he's still hungry, so he's going to see what he can do. And he's a little torn up, or he's a little bit torn about who to attack, but he's actually going to attack Travok, because he's flanking along with Ravenous Wolf number 2, he's going to get a +2 bonus to his attack roll. So the Grey Wolf has rolled a 26 versus AC against Travok and dealt 10 points of damage to him. Furthermore,
Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Plus, because the wolf has combat
God
advantage
dang.
against Travok, he's going to knock him prone. So Travok's got one leg caught by one wolf. The other one pounces on his shoulder, bites him on the shoulder, and knocks him down to the ground.
Jesus.
Someone was saying about us not dying in the first fight.
I told you, the Dungeon Master can kill us in the first fight.
He can do what he wants. You're right, but we'll get through. We got dailies and everything.
Oh my god, I think my client has just hung again. I'm wondering if it doesn't like these macros. God damn it.
Well, the damage did come up.
Yeah, it didn't on my
For
screen.
Travok.
That's where it stopped. I see the bloodied symbol on Travok, but the chat is all stuck, and none of the UI is responding.
Does it resume from this state?
It autosaves very frequently, but I'm not 100% sure. We may have to just adjust some of the damage again. Alright, let me drop, and...
We need to focus fire.
Yeah, the focus fire, the other thing is using the marks. Both the fighter and the paladin can mark people, which makes them have terrible, terrible things if they attack anyone other than the fighter and the paladin. So they can tank pretty
Yep.
effectively like that.
We need to attack Grey Wolf too, because I did that +2 damage roll, or attack roll on him, with my encounter ability.
Yep.
Raven and yourself can do that.
Erevan, I think you were up, because I think the Grey Wolf number 2 had just flanked and attacked Travok, knocked him down, and I think you're up now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, it's just a
completely
reminder
buggered.
to Travok. Be sure to use your Divine Challenge, because I'm pretty sure it's a free action.
Yeah,
You do
you
have
should
to
probably
declare it.
use your Divine Challenge every turn.
Oh, okay.
Because it's an at-will, and you can use it every turn, so it's like, why not?
Alright, so shall I start?
Go for it. Let's get back into this. I hope it works.
Focus fire.
Okay, so I will go for Circle Strike again.
Tried and tested.
Now, if I can make a recommendation... Oh, I guess it's not going to matter, never mind. Well, it sort of does. You might want to flank Grey Wolf number 2. You could position yourself differently, and then you could flank him with Travok.
Oh yeah. You have to be behind him, right?
Wait, but before you do that, you will open
No,
me
you don't
to
have
their
to.
fire.
You could just move one square forward and be side by side to trap.
Well, you could just move Hanto.
Good point.
No, okay, if you
Like
move him
this,
more
right?
than once, then you'll take an attack of opportunity. Basically, your move action, you can move up your speed every time, but if you leave a square that is adjacent to someone, they're going to be able to take a hit on you. The exception is
Oh, right,
if you
yeah,
only
I
move a
remember
single
that.
square. Yeah, if you move a single square, then it's a shift, and then no attacks of opportunity.
So I think I'll shift Aravan over here and then use circling strike. So that's D20 plus 7 against AC. So
That definitely
24
hits.
And let me check the damage. So 14 damage, another 4, so 18 damage.
Holy cow.
Wow, how?
This guy's a
Ouch.
maniac. Alright, 18 points of damage until against Grey Wolf 2.
He's dead, I think. Maybe.
No.
Yes, he is.
I believe he is dead.
Grey Wolf.
Oh, and he's
Well done.
even
First kill.
even if he wasn't dead, he would still get a +2, or did he already add that to the attack roll? I don't think he
That's a
did.
+2 to hit. Not damage.
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
Okay, hit.
Still, that's pretty good. Do you have a minor action you want to use?
Oh, yeah. Good thing you reminded me. I'll Hunter Quarry Grey Wolf number 1.
Travok, you're currently on the ground, and, you're kind of bloody. Is there anything you would like to do?
Besides
can
call
come
for
forward
help, so I'll try to use that. Can I still move?
You can stand up if you want. I guess you're grabbed as well. So moving would be difficult because you're grabbed, but I'm going to say you can stand up if you'd like.
Will that waste an action, or will
I'm
that
just double
waste a
checking
movement?
here. Stand up is a move action. You just stand up.
Okay, so I'll use that for my movement action. So I'm no longer prone.
All right, you're standing up. You're still grabbed, but you're able to stand anyway.
Okay, so I will try to use that divine challenge that I'm supposed to use. Only I'm not exactly sure how it works. So I target something nearby, or is it ranged?
You target one creature that's within 5 squares of you.
Okay, I'll target the Ravenous Wolf 2 that's next to me.
Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna assign you a specific mark color.
Hey, Quill, I'm still grabbed by Ravenous Wolf 1, by the way.
Okay. Travok, what's your chat text color that you were using?
Orange.
Alright, I'll give you red. So that's the red mark on Ravenous Wolf. Okay. And yeah, now the way it works is, if he attacks someone other than you, then he'll get a -2 penalty to attack and take some radiant damage, as like the gods smite him.
Okay, that's cool.
It's pretty wicked.
Would he have been able to use that on Ravenous Wolf 1, since kind of the guy, Ravenous Wolf 2 is already kind of only attacking him? I'm just curious. Could he have used it on a different person?
Yeah,
could've.
it could.
Yes,
That would be
but
dangerous.
the thing is, if you
Is it an
don't
opportune
attack
attack?
someone,
Or
no, but if you don't attack the target or end your turn next to your target, at the end of the turn the mark goes away. So you have to be
Oh, okay.
actively engaging the person. This is for the divine challenge. The fighter one works a little different.
Yeah. I know the Divine Challenge, yeah.
And you still have a
Right,
standard action
so-
left, so you can.
Okay, so I'm quite angry right now. Travok is kind of a bit buggered, so he's going to use an encounter power. Indeed. Travok Smash! So I'm going to use Fearsome Smite, I think. So that's... Is that a 1d20 plus 5, I think?
That sounds about right. And what is that versus?
That's against the Ravenous Wolf 2 that I've marked.
Sorry, I mean
No,
AC, reflex,
will.
will. It looks like Fearsome Smite. Looks like it's AC.
Right. Yeah, it's 5 versus AC.
Okay, so unfortunately, a 14 is not enough to hit the AC of the Ravenous Wolf. They're slightly too agile for that.
Oh dear.
So his mark goes away, right?
No, his
No.
mark stays there because he's engaged him.
Oh, okay. As long as he's attempted it.
As long as
Basically,
he,
I'm buggered.
as long as he at least attacks him or ends his turn next to him, then it's okay.
Okay.
So I'll move on to the Ravenous Wolf then, unless you want to use an action point to get a second attack.
Could I try to heal myself? Because I'm kind of really low on health.
Yes, absolutely. This is a good time to talk about Second Wind. Second Wind is an ability that everyone has that you can use once per encounter that allows you to spend a healing surge and heal yourself up. For most people, this is a standard action, but for a dwarf, it's a minor action, which is awesome. Now, it doesn't make much of a difference this turn, because either way, if you want to do it, you would have to spend an action point and then do a Second Wind.
Right, so I would spend, or rather I'd spend a healing surge and regain 8 hit points. And I also get a bonus to all defenses, apparently.
Yep, +2 to all defenses until the start of your next turn.
Do I roll for that, or does it just happen?
It just happens.
Okay, so I'll spend an action point and do Second Wind, and I'll gain 8 hit points.
Perfect, go for it. Now, Ravenous Wolf 3,
Okay.
who's right next to Deacon, is now going to act. And I believe Deacon... Oh, yeah, that's right, he broke out of the grab, actually.
Mm-hmm. And I also marked him when I smacked him across the snout.
Right, okay. So, because he's marked, he'll definitely stay on Deacon, but I think what he's going to do is shift south 1, and then be able to flank you and gain combat advantage. So he'll get a +2 to his roll.
When you shift, it does not provoke an attack of opportunity, right?
That's correct. Yeah, definitely can't use my macros. Alright, so let's just do this by hand. Make sure I've got my adventure up. That's so sad. I spent so long programming in all these macros.
Yeah,
I
that's.
told you this scared the death out of me. I just knew there was something wrong with them.
Oh, he only got a 10 versus AC. That's definitely going to be a miss.
Neener, neener,
See, the
neener.
macros were hacks.
God.
Yeah, apparently.
This dwarf doesn't know how to smash people with his big hammer.
Alright, next Ravenous Wolf is going to continue to attack Chimeri. Now, he's actually got Chimeri grabbed, right?
Yep.
But if
And-
Mary's also invisible.
But I'm invisible. He's questioning himself. He doesn't know what to do.
That's true, actually. I'm trying to think of exactly how he's going to do it. I think what he's going to do is he will... No, I guess he's just going to drop what's in his mouth, actually.
He sees Traverk is down and he's gonna attack him? I don't know. Alright, wait, you're the Dungeon Master. Sorry, never mind.
Well, Travak is back up again, but I
Yeah, I'm
think
just
he
grappled.
might just bite Grumden instead.
Hey, I'm not dog food. Well, water food actually, but
Oh, 8 versus AC, you're right. Losing my macros, I've lost all my power.
We don't have to
Even
hear
worse.
him anymore.
we have ow.
All we have to do is believe.
Quick, take him down!
We got quick attack all the wolves while he doesn't have his macro.
Alright, Zenoran, you're up.
Okay, if I attack, will the wolf have an opportunity attack against me? Grey Wolf 1? Or if I move?
It depends on the type of attack you use.
Okay.
But yes,
What
if you do a
happens if
range,
I
you
use...
would.
Okay, how about I shift 1 space to the right,
That should be good.
and I use Phantom Cage on Ravenous Wolf 3. I believe he is still in range.
I'm sure he must be. I don't know what your range is, but I suspect it's more than 4.
Yep, let me just... 1d20 plus 4, let me just double check. 18
Yeah, it's
against
ranged,
Will.
That definitely lands. So the wolf shrieks in terror, desperately trying to avoid the cage of razor-sharp blades that it sees closing in around it.
And it does 7 damage.
Wow, it's very,
And it-
very hurt at this point.
And if it moves before the end of my next turn, it takes 5 psychic damage.
Very nice. So it's definitely going to think that it's stuck in place there. Any other actions?
I'll use my minor action to... No... Oh, yeah. I'll make light. And I put in more light over...
Right on the bridge?
Yep, that's right. In that general area. And that
There you
is
go.
it for my turn.
Next up is Deacon.
Alrighty. I am going to be dropping my encounter power passing attack. So basically what I get to do is I make one attack, which I'll be using against Grey Wolf 1. So, here goes this. So... Oh, I think that's a hit.
That probably hits, yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be 1d10 plus 4 against Grey Wolf 1. Dealing it 13 damage.
Wow.
And I use my
Holy.
combat challenge on him, so I take it off of Ravenous Wolf 3 and place it onto Grey Wolf 1. And with this ability, I can choose to shift 1 square. I will not, but I am going to use its secondary attack, which is I get to make another attack against an adjacent foe that I can either move into or he is already next to me. So now I'm going to smack Ravenous Wolf 3 with a second attack.
Sounds good.
So, same as before. 12 versus AC.
That is insufficient, unfortunately.
It's cool.
Next up, Grumden. The
So-
Rune Priest.
Yeah. I'm gonna use one of my encounter power, Flames of Purity, which allow me to strike a enemy and heal my teammate and myself in a area of effect of 3 squares. Everyone will be healed of 3 health points. Oh, they would regain 3 health points.
Okay, so you can drop a 3x3 square adjacent to you. It'll do damage to enemies, and any allies within it will heal 3 hit points. Got it. Very nice.
Adjacent to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
it's a
next-
close blast 3, so it's a 3x3 square adjacent to you somewhere.
Oh, I thought it was on target. Well, that doesn't matter, but... Okay, I'll do that. So I'm gonna roll my dice to actually hit the wall.
Okay, just
And-
point at the square in the middle of your area, just so that I know it. I assume it's going to be here.
Well, I'm... So...
He has to move for that because it's not adjacent.
Well, that I'm just pointing to the center, right? So I
Yep.
I don't know where you want to put it, but I was assuming something like
Oh wait, 3x3.
yeah.
Oh... Yeah? Yeah, that will do.
Because that would heal
Definitely.
3 hurt allies, hit 2 enemies. Alternatively, you could angle it up higher, but I don't think there'd be any point there.
No. That's one's fine.
All right. So the way it works is you roll to hit on each enemy, and then you only roll the damage once. That's the same damage gets applied to both if you hit them.
Okay. So I'm gonna do the roll the first time for Ravenous Wolf. And for Ravenous Wolf 2. Much better.
No, that hits them both. So now roll the damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Could have done better.
It's pretty good.
Hits
11
both of them
damage
for 11? Okay.
Yeah, both of them.
Awesome.
And Kimieri, then 1, and Travok will regain 3 health points.
Why, thank you.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Well, you're welcome.
And it doesn't use a healing surge.
Nope.
That's a really good ability. I like that. That's an encounter one, so you can use that every time.
Yeah, that's an encounter one.
Very nice.
Guys, pump up your HP.
Are you making a move or a minor action?
The Raven is the Ravenous Wolf one dead.
He's not dead. He's very hurt, but not dead.
Okay. So no, not that turn. I'll stay here and move next turn.
Okay, that's fine.
Depending on.
And last, but once again, certainly not least, Chimeri, who's no longer grabbed, I guess.
Did Grey Wolf 1 and Ravenous Wolf 1 do their turns?
Oh, that's weird. I skipped through them accidentally. My bad. That's really strange. I must have
Stop
clicked the
helping
button.
him kill us.
I'm sorry, I don't want to make this a not good experience.
Jay's a team player. Well, Grey Wolf 1 is
team,
definitely going to have to
team.
attack Deacon.
Yeah, the wolves team.
The winning team.
So yeah, Grey Wolf 1 is marked, so he's definitely going to stay on Deacon, which actually works out pretty well for you guys. But he is flanking, so
tanking.
he's going to get +2 to hit.
It cancels with Grumden Zoro.
Oh, that's right, you're inside. No, the Grumden Zoro is -2 to damage, apparently.
Oh, okay.
At least that's what he told me.
Yeah.
15 versus AC is not going to hit.
Miss.
Yeah, and I remembered the +2 and everything, so... No, you're lucky there. Now, if he shifts, do you get an attack of opportunity because of your fighter stuff?
He is challenged, so combat challenge, He's marked, -2. If he shifts or makes an attack that does not include me, I get a free basic melee attack.
Okay, that's what I thought. That shifting part, that's specific to the fighter. For example, for the Paladin mark, people can shift around perfectly fine. So, I guess he's just going to stand there and do nothing. That sucks.
Are you sure? He could shift. I'm not telling him not to.
Yeah, but... And then Ravenous Wolf number 2, he is also marked, so he's definitely going to have to go after Travok. I think he might shift a little bit just to try to get a little further away from some people. Or actually, he's going to go back to back with his buddy. But then he'll attack Travok. Oh, 14 versus AC. I really can't roll anymore. This is awful.
I told you macro hacks. Macro hacks.
Yeah, I programmed them to be too strong.
He's got the always hit mechanic in there.
Yeah. Alright, so that's it. Now it's Chimeri's turn for real.
For real. Okay. Well, I just have a question, actually, about my Living Missile move. It says there's a Living Missile as a daily standard action, and then Living Missile attack is a daily minor action. Does that mean that after I perform the daily standard action, I can still do a minor action with
Yes.
Living Missile?
Yes.
So even if they're both daily, I can still use them both.
Yeah. Let me just reread your power here.
And then I wouldn't be able to use, like, an ability... I guess, actually, that's my only daily ability, so never mind.
Yeah, so basically the first power just lets you, like, pick someone up, and then the second daily is the bit where you actually throw them.
In the same turn, yes?
Well, one's a standard and one's a minor, so you could definitely do it in the same turn.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that. I just was wondering. I'm actually going to use Mind Thrust against Ravenous Wolf 1. It is +5 to Will versus Will.
Actually, I'm rereading your power here, and it sounds like your living missile attack can actually be used once per round, as long as you've got the person immobilized or slowed. So until they save to break out of the power, you can literally just use them as a missile every round.